For the last 4 years, Mr. Tom the Turkey is outsmarting me in my own game. And that's sad to say because if you guys didn't know, the average sized turkey brain is the size of a popcorn kernel. This year I've decided to prepare every which way possible to guarantee a turkey kill this year, and I'm taking you guys with me. Alright y'all, welcome back. If the mic's a little bit weird, it's going bad. It's honestly been going bad for a while, but I think she's done kicked the bucket. So we got one in the mail, we just gotta bear with me for now. After seeing those clips, you can obviously tell what we're trying to do today, guys. I want to take turkey hunting seriously this year, and they have just whooped my tail for the last 5 years. The property we're on right now is probably about 100 acres. And I know there's turkeys out here, but where they're coming from, what they're doing, the patterns they're on, I do not know. All I know is we have a ton of food for them, and we got another little experiment we're gonna try here. I just want to say this now. What I'm doing is 100% legal. What you can't do is bait a spot for turkeys and then hunt just hunt on it. What I'm doing is more of an experiment to see if we have any turkeys on this property. I'm pretty positive we do, but I've never hunted out here. I have no clue what's going on. I will be hunting this area, but not anywhere near where I'm putting these cameras. Why I wanted to get out here today is because we have a good amount of rain coming in tomorrow, and if you guys know anything about turkeys, their eyesight is very good, but their ears aren't. So during the rain, they come out and they just rely on their eyesight. But a lot of stuff's in these fields, and it's almost 100% guarantee if it's raining, you're gonna have some turkeys in the field. Let me show you guys what I got and what we're gonna try to attempt. This right here is what we're gonna stake into the middle of this field, and for my edge, it kind of had this good backing right here, so I feel like it's gonna mount really good. It's around 6 foot long. We're gonna drive it into the ground. This field's a little bit soft, so it shouldn't be that hard. What I'm trying to figure out right now is like my placement. I wanna know where the turkeys are coming from, and y'all, we're going to be attracting deer. Everything's going to be eating on this, but I chose a feed that the turkey should like. Starting off, we just have our corn, turkeys, chickens, squirrels. I feel like they all kind of eat the same thing. This is a 50-pound of just a bunch of natural grains, and like I said, I feel like they're going to like it. This is my edge. I'm not sure how it's going to pick up being in the middle of the field. Of course, I want to try to, and I even brought like a little tiny bucket today, guys. I'm really going to try to focus on lining up my grain in this type of motion, and then the camera's going to be back here, so we're going to have a wide spread, and we'll mess with the heights and we'll get a couple test pictures. I want to make sure that it captures everything that we can, because like I said, I don't know if these turkeys, how fast they're going to find this food. I know tomorrow they will be in these fields, and maybe they see some deer kind of eating over here, or they use their amazing eyesight, the reason why I can never get one every single year. I told you, a turkey's brain is literally the size of a popcorn kernel, but every single year it tends to fool me. So let's go ahead and get this set up, stake this in the ground, and let's start putting out our feed. I'm happy with this. We're kind of going to be focusing on this area right here. We have the rest of this field, but I'm somewhat in the middle. We have that long stretch down there, but this is where the most hardwoods are, and they got to be roosting somewhere up in here. So I got a feeling if we can catch them coming out this way, or if the camera picks them up walking behind it, we'll know that we can trace them down there. Another experiment, so it'd be cool to see what these animals are doing out here and kind of where they're living at. We're gonna go grab the edge, kind of set it up, try to get a test picture, make sure we can connect to it, and just kind of see the range it's gonna show us, so we know where to put a feed. Guys, yes, as I'm setting up this camera right here, it's been quiet for like 10 minutes. Pain in the ass, set this thing up, trying to get up as wide as I can. And there's a couple owls calling probably around like 50 yards in the woods, which is like a great sign. If y'all do not know, turkeys hate owls. We're gonna jump into the next clip after we throw out our corn. Everything that I bought to prepare for turkey season, y'all. We got a new Pume. I decked everything out. There's 100% chance it's not what you have. I'm just saying that I wanted to be more prepared, but knowing that there's an owl in the woods right here, and there's a couple of them, dude, that is gonna give away our turkey. So I'm still messing with this stupid ass camera, trying to get it set up, but bear with me, we're about to throw out some corn. Now, we're gonna roll with this. Y'all were my base to see how far I can go. So I got my wallet somewhere over there. I got my key somewhere over here. Is the corn in the frame? Yeah, the corn, I can get around, I think like 7 feet to go in front. The goal is to spread wide so they can find, but then once we kind of get them in the area, you can't see nothing really. Like my truck, like that bag of corn looks like it's 80 yards away. So we're gonna heavily kind of spread it right in front of the camera, but we're gonna have like a base going out so they can find it. So let's go ahead and get the spread. I'm gonna look goofy. I'm gonna have a cup. I want to get it really on these lines, and let's see what we can do. Look, y'all, camera's front and center. I left around a 7 to 8 foot gap with nothing. Heavily fed right here, and y'all can see it just kind of like goes on like an angle, and then I spread some in the background there just so they can find it. All right there, bull. That's gonna get them. Good little spot. It's just shocking how 90 pounds of food really doesn't do that much, but I learned this with the last experiment. If you just heavily bait all around, you don't really get too many good pictures. Most of y'all saying like, yeah, no shit, but like just these cameras themselves, like if you're right in front of the camera, you're 8 feet back. But it's just a very wide angle camera, so it still gets the pictures, but I mean, up in the trees, you can see this yellow spot. There's a little bit of tiny feet all the way out down to here. It's probably 20 feet around. That's just they can find it, but I mean, y'all can see the spot, dude. They're gonna be coming into that. Just like all these videos, y'all, now it is a waiting game. So let's go ahead and clean up, make sure that we're all good, get another test picture from the camera, and then we're gonna head out to the property and show you guys what we all got to prepare for this turkey season. Cause y'all, I'm telling you, we gonna get one. And y'all, when I say keggers, y'all to see the deer tracks that are through this field right here. I mean, they're some of the biggest buck tracks I've ever seen in my life. This property right here has got a lot of coyotes. It's got a lot of, hopefully a lot of turkeys, tons of freaking deer, man. So you never know. My last experiment with the shed hunting, it's just the day after, so you never know. There could be a big buck out here, or just some deer who have their antlers still. So another experiment, another different piece of property. I'm stoked to see what we're gonna get. So let's just let time do his thing. Y'all, we're out here on the property, just got to the range. This is a new mic. If it sounds a little different, I hope you guys are liking it. It's pretty expensive and hopefully it does its job. But where we last left off in this video was us going out to that field, setting up our camera, throwing out some food, and trying to see how many turkeys we had on that property. And guys, we'll get into that footage. I was getting a little bit nervous. We went about a week and a half and we had absolutely nothing. Tons of freaking deer, but we had no turkey. But something good happened at the end, so we'll jump into those here in a second. I told you guys we went to Bass Pro and we kind of decked out for this turkey season. When I say decked out, I've never had a full matching set of camo and hat and gloves and a pume just for what we're hunting, so I decided to change that, and y'all, we went all out. I'm not gonna whip out all the camo, but we got an owl call, crow call, mouth calls, but just everything we need for turkey. As far as the pume, right here is a Stevenson 301 single shot. This joker, y'all, was pretty bad to the bone. Shooting 2.5, 3-inch shells, and just y'all, by the way, this is an amazing gun and I love it. Man, I got it paired up with a nice red dot. We got everything decked out, a new sling. Issue being 410, I don't know if it's just this year or if it's been a while. 410 has been extremely hard to get in stock. Luckily, I have a couple buddies who own some gun shops down there, so I was able to sneak in and snag their last box. When I say box, I mean it. I had to order my high-end stuff online, but as far as just us being able to come out here and just kind of target shoot to see how this red dot's shooting, it should be right on, but I just want to, you know, space out 40 yards, 20, 30, whatever we want up doing, and seeing what she's got. So that's what we're about to do now. We're gonna load her up. I've not shot this pume yet, so let's go ahead and put a target down there. I don't have any turkey targets, but we're gonna find something to make it work. We got a zombie. Let's do it. That will do. Right now we're running a stock choke. I did order another one, so we'll kind of reset it in. Right here is just a little 3-inch like pheasant load, dove load, rabbit. Could kill a turkey, you never know, but I'd say we're probably I'll count it out, about 15-20 yards away. Let's shoot it for the first time. A little low and right. It could just be user error. First time shooting her, so let's try it again. All right, we're gonna make some adjustments. It is shooting low, so let's go ahead and mess with this red dot. Just went through all of my tools, and it of course it's gotta have some special Allen key, and I left it at the house, so I can't even adjust the sight, but I can move it to know where it's wanting to shoot. We're gonna jump back to around 30 yards now and see what she's got. It is super smooth though. It doesn't kick at all. I honestly probably need to use headphones, but I just threw them on because I got them. I am liking the way she is running. 30 yards, that's what we got. You can see it's spread out a lot, and I was aiming on top of the tree, so let's do one more. I can hold so many shells in this little pouch right here. I love it. It is grouping very nicely when I'm up close. Like it's smacking a hole straight through it. So I know it could be sighted in. This little red dot, I like it. It's a Vector optic. It's like 150 bucks. It's a little bit smaller of a sight, but because it's on such a small little, fits perfect. Very pleased with it. I'm very excited to get a turkey this year because, like I said, just with the 12 gauge, y'all, it's not really needed. If you're shooting, I mean, you could probably shoot a 60-yard shot maybe with a 12 gauge. You're not gonna have that range with a 410, but I'm trying to get so good that I don't have to shoot more than 30 yards. This was at 20, guys. I mean, look, you're seeing these groups right here, man. It's smacking them dead straight. So from 40 yards, I'm kind of hoping to have like a an 8x8 kind of spread. If I get my new choke, I know I'll be able to do that. But let's go over what we have on the property. And like I said, y'all, I was getting pretty nervous. The first deer we had coming to the property was a little 4-point, and he was missing one of his antlers, so he was a little 2. But this dude was not scared, man. He was coming in hard. We had a big group of deer in this property. A lot of big does. Y'all could see. I mean, they were coming in pack. I even had them coming in at like 10 o'clock. I mean, they did not care. They knew there was food there, and they were coming in. I'm pretty sure I knew where they kind of bed at. It's not far from that field, so I was right in their hole. And I'm so pissed. This is my mistake. These deer were coming in so much that I just got tired of getting the alerts. I mean, they'd stay there for 30 minutes and it was just picture after picture. So I went in my settings and I would delay the image to a minute and a half, so it wouldn't take as many, because I knew they were gonna be there and they were gonna eat. I'm normally very good. As soon as I stop getting the alerts, I'll go back in my camera, I'll change the settings back to immediately, because you just don't want to miss anything. But I must have just fell asleep that night, and I missed an amazing opportunity in the morning, because we had 2 massive toms come in. And like I said, it was on a 1-minute delay, so I didn't get to see which way they were coming in, which way they left. All I got was them smack down in the middle of the picture. But y'all can see, these are 3-4-year-old birds. I mean, their damn beards are dragging the ground. These are absolute monsters. But I don't know which way they came, which way they went. I went out there, tried to follow the tracks. It rained. I couldn't see them. But for sure, we know we have 2 adult turkeys in that field. And it's just going to be a matter of time for what we can do to get them to come in again. But that at least makes me feel better, that I know that there is something that we can go out there and try to proceed and hunt. There's a lot of owls on the property. I've been seeing those and hearing them, so we should be able to hit the owl call that we used to kind of call them back and forth at that. So it's looking good. I got a good feeling we're going to be able to pull this off. I've never been on top of turkey hunting. That's why I feel like every year I just kind of have shitty luck. I mean, I'm so determined every single day for this season we're going to be out there, and we're going to nail one. If y'all have any suggestions or tips for me, you know what to do, leave in the comments down below. Anyone who's got any 410 shows, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram and let's do some talking, because your boy needs it. But like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, Linton Bass TV.